Hello everyone, this is Miss Mara and welcome back to my channel. As you may or may not have watched, I've had the triple XL jacket that's on my second channel that I did a leather ASMR with, and today I'm going to actually be decorating that jacket. But before we get into that, go ahead and click the subscribe button, turn on notifications by clicking that bell so that you know when I have new content out. I post every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, or I live stream. Check out my 3 membership tiers here on YouTube after this video. I also have a monthly newsletter that goes out to let you know what events I'm hosting and where I'll be traveling next. Don't forget to follow my social media at Mara Domina for daily news and juicy updates. Alright, so I'm sitting on the floor today because we are going to be outlining and planning out this leather jacket. And as I mentioned, I bought this actually over a year ago, but I haven't done anything with it. And I haven't done any like videos with it except for that ASMR one. So I'm going to be taking these white pens and like doing a sketch. The reason why I'm sitting here right now is because I'm actually going to be using my rug as a source of inspiration. It kind of has like this Versace look, if you will, and I'm going to show you the pattern right now. So yes, this is my living room rug, and I really love the swirls and the patterns over here, and so I'll be using that as reference on my actual jacket. So I've already cleaned this jacket after purchasing it, the light damp towel, and now I'm kind of just going to test out this white paint on leather. So as you can see, it kind of rubs off. So that's okay, because if I make a mistake, that's great. I still have time to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. And then I might go over the design with other pens as well so that it becomes a little bit more permanent, if you will. I'm looking at this heart-shaped kind of V, and I think that'll translate really well over here. And I really like this part as well, but I'm scared to put that here because then it's like, do I need to like write something in there, or do I just keep it a design? I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like do those patterns and see where that leads me. I feel like normally I would also plan this out better and take a photo of this jacket and Photoshop this on here to see how I want the proportions. But I might actually just wing it because I want it to have like a hand-drawn element, and why not, you know? I plan so many things in my life, and so what better way to kind of just like do this freehand since I can. So I literally started on the back of the neck area because it's the center part, and yeah, I just started drawing right onto the jacket. Another thing that I like about this is that I can kind of pick and choose what I want to put on this jacket versus what I can change from the elements of this rug that I don't appreciate as much as other stuff. It's kind of meditative, actually. The problem with this pattern is that it's also symmetrical to a certain extent, and so I kind of have to be aware of that. So these right here remind me of like moons and moon phases, which I really like, and I'm probably going to make them broader than what you see over here. I also like that the foliage is very like organic, which is very much like real leaves and stuff that you can find on borders of like paintings and stuff like that. It also kind of reminds me of Versace and their prints on their shirts because they have a lot of black and gold motifs that are Roman-esque. Here is one area where I am already going to change it, and that's this circle over here. There's a lot of negative space right here and right there, and so I'm going to make it a sun. So there's moons and suns. I'm just going to give this little spokes, and then there's going to be a connection from here and here and here. So 4 is good. Okay, so this is what I have so far, which is looking pretty decent. And then I just noticed this corner has a really cool motif going on. Instead of doing the same thing the top to the bottom, I was wondering if I should just end it somewhere and have the motif coming down here. And I also thought about this border area. If I defined it and actually like put it on the cuffs and did something with the shoulder coming down, it would look really cool. But then I also thought about the front and what I would do for that, and I could do like a coat of arms situation or just more foliage that comes out this way. The good thing about this too is that this paint will come off with acetone if I really needed to erase certain things, but overall I think I'm liking it. It would look cool embroidered for sure. I kind of like how this was looking by itself. The white on black is very contrasting, and even though this wasn't a fully opaque white, it was still enough for me to see where I wanted to go and if I wanted to keep adding color to it. That took a lot longer than I expected. I think that's been like an hour or two. So this is what it looks like so far. Mapping it out the first time was easy. The hard part was actually going back and tracing over everything. So I really like that part of the rug, and I'm thinking of putting it right here by the pocket so that the front has some sort of detail. It'll be like within this span. I was also thinking obviously of doing something on the shoulders so we can bleed over on both sides. And then on the right breast pocket, maybe do like a coat of arms or something. I don't know yet. But then lastly, maybe cuffs so that the cuffs can have a little bit of something, you know? As you know, things in your imagination don't always play out the same after you see it in person. Luckily, I did everything very slowly with regards to the pockets, as well as not jumping to do the cuffs immediately. And you'll see why in a second, because I feel like less is more sometimes, since the back was going to be extremely busy. I was going to have little details on the front to kind of signify the style that was happening. Okay, so this is what the leather jacket looks like after I've mapped out what I wanted everywhere. And then, you know me, I like gold, as you can see in my living room, and so we're gonna do gold next. I'm wondering if I should do a cuffed thing, but then I would kind of have to do borders everywhere, and it's already kind of busy, so I might just not do that. Yeah. Just gave touches of ornamentation since the back was going to be the piece de résistance. Alright, so this is the look so far, and my thoughts are, I mean, I could keep it like this, which is okay, but I kind of want these lines to be a little bit more apparent. You can see there's a little bit of fade in some of the areas where the paint didn't stick very well. So I have these oil-based Sharpies that are brand new. I might just try retracing over everything to see how that's gonna look. It is gonna take a little bit longer to dry, unfortunately, if I do this. Another thing that I can do is I can also take another white pen and just go over everything that I've already done. I also have 2 different types of gold metallic pens that I can try, you know, outlining a little bit with to give it more dimension. As you all know, I love my gold, but the problem that I've been seeing with gold is that it's actually coming out a little bit yellowish. So I'm gonna show you on this leather hook that I have here. That's kind of what's happening. It's okay when it dries, so I don't know. Maybe that'll be a different thing. I'm gonna also test on this handle part what one of these Sharpies looks like. So I'm told you're supposed to shake it, uncap it, and press a couple times on this part at the top to kind of get it going. And let's taking a little bit of a while to get going. Maybe I should try it on a plastic first for now, just to see. There it is. Okay, we have like a little thing on there, so let's try it. It is definitely coming out whiter than this, which is only supposed to be the outline. So I'm gonna cap this for now and just show you all what that looks like. We'll also test to see how long this thing is gonna take to dry, because I was hoping on finishing it and then sealing everything for Saturday, but who knows? So, good news, it actually dries really, really fast. We're gonna test it out on this right here so that we can figure out if I need to retrace or not. This one's pretty good already. Let's check this side. Okay, already I am seeing quite a bit of a difference just by painting over this versus this. So I may actually retrace over everything. It definitely took a lot longer to retrace over everything because I didn't want to mess up the original line work. And also I'm doing this live, and so any type of major movements can really mess up the line, and it's a different type of pen and thickness, and so there were a lot of little variables that made this process take a lot longer than expected. Also, I'm glad I bought 2 of those oil pens because in the end I think I ran out of ink. It was just really faint and not doing anything new going over the lines a second time. So I decided to go with gold because why not? And it is really fun. I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of winging it, literally, as I do this all across the jacket. And yeah, it's just really therapeutic. I'm just going over any lines that I want accented, and I'm not really thinking too hard about it. I might even add some bling to this because you know that I love shiny stuff as well. Not really sure what to add here yet, so I'm keeping it blank until the very end. This also helps me clean up the lines. I was really hesitant on adding gold because I would have to go over all of those brush marks again with a 3rd coat of white if I didn't like it, which I wasn't gonna do. So what I should have done was actually go over the original coat with gold first and see if I liked it, and then gone over everything with a 2nd coat of the white opaque oil paint marker. But as you can see, it all worked out, and I actually thoroughly enjoy the results. From afar, it just looks like there's a warm tone that is kind of outlining the white, which I really like because I wear gold jewelry most days anyway, and so this would be really good with my day-to-day wear, as well as mixed metals too, why not? And of course I couldn't just stop there. I had to add a little bit of sparkle because I add so many shiny things to my life. I am a Leo after all. We love the sequins and the glitter and everything that's iridescent, etc. And so I had extra rhinestones that I knew that I could put on my jacket, and that's exactly what I did. I had 2 bags of rhinestones, one of which were all circular in different smaller sizes, and one with larger multi-shaped and multifaceted gems that I literally just winged. I took the ones that I really resonated with that matched the pattern and designs, and I actually started out on the front with the collar, giving it accents on the corners, not unlike a Western jacket. I used AB coated crystals as well as super glue gel. I had other strong holding glues that I could have used, but I think the super glue was actually the right choice. It dried really, really fast. I was able to use 1 whole tube for the entire jacket, and the applicator was the perfect size for each of these gems. My trusty wax pencil came in really handy with the smaller gems, and it was actually really relaxing, even though it took a couple hours to really complete the whole look. Bling was added to the large negative spaces to keep your eye flowing throughout the entire back. Okay, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I think it was a total of like, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours, but I really enjoy it. I am leaving this middle part blank because I want the right words to come to me for it, and I don't want it to be personalized so that my name is on there really. So of course, after I film everything, I found a word, magic, that I really wanted to do, so I'm going to lightly sketch this out. I can fit it all in here. Now I'm going to modify the tails a little bit so that they're a little bit more elongated at the beginning and the end of the word. A hard lesson I had to learn here is that using a colored felt tip marker was the wrong way to go, because after mapping it out, I chose a dark color so that it would blend in better with the black leather, but the white actually showed it green. And so I had to acetone it all out, which dried out the leather a little bit as well as smeared the white, but I was able to fix it and do multiple coats of white until it looked the way I wanted it to. I'm thinking I could have used a black Sharpie instead. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but c'est la vie. This is the life lessons that we do when we're doing the thing for the first time. I also debated on whether I should put an ornamental line underneath magic and sign it. I did both, but ended up erasing my signature because I just wanted the magic to stand alone. All right, take 2. I have written the word magic on there. Just need a little bit of magic in our lives. So this is what the final look is gonna be like with everything. Alright everyone, that is all I have for you today. If you enjoyed all of my artistry, go ahead and click the subscribe button, turn on notifications so that you know when I have new content out. I post every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time or a live stream. Go ahead and follow my social media at Mara Domina. Don't forget that I have 3 membership tiers here on YouTube, as well as a monthly newsletter on my regular website. And until next time, keep it kinky everyone. I kind of just want to wear this like a cape from now on. But as Edna Mode says, no capes.